guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a timeless pick a card reading on what's coming next in your certain situation. So if you've never done this before, I want to say this is a general reading. So, take what resonates. What we do in pick a card readings is you're going to choose a pile or more. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can pause the video now and you can meditate on which pile calls out to you, whichever pile you're drawn to most. Or if you prefer to pick with, sorry, I'm taking my hair down. But if you prefer to pick a pile with stones or, yeah, I just have stones right now. But if you prefer to pick a pile with stones, then I'm gonna make pile 1, this one, 2, this, 3, this one, and then 4 is gonna be, let's do that. So we have this greenish blue, kind of yellow piece of sea glass, and then we have this glass heart. Then we're gonna have this, I don't even know what this is, to be fully honest, but it's cool. And then we have this yellow stone. So yeah, so we're gonna start with group number 1. The timestamps will be down below in either the description or the comment box. So yeah, you can go ahead and click on that and fast forward to your reading. Right, hello group number 1. This is the greenish, bluish, yellow, whatever piece of sea glass. I don't even know if that's focusing, but let's get into your reading and see what's coming next for you. Alright, so you have the Tower. You have the 10 of Pentacles reversed. You have Judgment. You have the Fool, and then you have the 8 of Wands. All right, let me just take a minute to sit with this. So I think logistically right now, things aren't going your way. I think things kind of don't seem fair, and I feel like you kind of feel like the rug is being like pulled out from under you. Especially with the Tower here, I think I feel like it's almost one of those situations. It could be in a job, it also could be, I guess, romantic, or even just in a friendship or something like that. But I can definitely see, I think you're like, oh my god, like everything was going so perfectly. I feel like everything was going so great until all of a sudden, well, actually, I'm kind of seeing 2 situations. It also could be you thought that something was gonna go really, really badly, and then it didn't. And yeah, okay, so let's just go with the first one that I was already talking about. So I think scenario A, there's someone or something that you feel like how do I want to say this? I think there was someone or something that you thought, like you thought that, your situation with this person or, this job or whatever. I'm just gonna say person because it's more simple. But I think you were like, everything's going fine with this person. Like this situation is perfect. And then all of a sudden, it's like you don't have a care in the world, and out of nowhere, things really speed up. Maybe you're overwhelmed. Maybe you feel like things just didn't go the way that you thought they were supposed to. I think especially logistically, I'm seeing either a job or, a relationship, and I'm hearing someone's moving. I'm hearing something long distance. Yeah, I think the other scenario is you thought that, just kind of going in the sequence of events, it almost looks like you thought something was going to be really bad or your life was really, really chaotic and you just weren't where you wanted to be. And all of a sudden, this person came in your life and things really started to balance out, and things just kind of progressed so quickly and you didn't even realize that it was going to progress that far. But it's like when you're with them, there's not, like, it's the one thing that you don't have to overthink. And that's a really great thing, because I get a sense of naivety from this pile in particular. I think especially because of, the Fool and the Eight of Wands. I think you're almost used to things accelerating so quickly and, the rug kind of being pulled out from under your feet, that you get really overwhelmed really quickly, and it's like, oh, I didn't even see this coming. Because I think for you, there tends to be a lack of thinking ahead. A lack of planning, maybe. But I think you also like to keep it that way, because if you don't worry about what's next and you don't worry about planning something, so on and so forth, then you don't get into that habitual overthinking, and they call it rumination. So you're trying to kind of avoid that and lead more with your head, or no, lead more with your heart than with your head, and lead more with your body. And I think that can bring you to a lot of bad habits and a lot of addictions, or just things, again, like, I'm hearing more bad habits than I am anything about, like, addictions or whatever. I think you need to be careful with the energy that you surround yourself with. I think right now is a really fragile point for you. You kind of feel like you're falling on your head a little bit. Like you didn't even see any of this coming, and all of a sudden it's here, and it's kind of like you were just handed this huge, I don't know, I almost feel like you could have even gotten bad news. That's also something that I'm seeing. Maybe out of nowhere it felt like everything was fine, and then you got this bad news, or you just got this big piece of news and it's like, oh my god, I don't even know what to do with this. Like, what do I do with this information? You know what I mean? I think one thing this is saying with the Fool card is it's okay to experience things. It's okay to enjoy yourself. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to let yourself be happy. Not everything has to be so one track. So I don't necessarily want to say like business minded, because you don't seem like you take life too seriously, and I think that's kind of why this like dropped you on your ass a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull some oracle cards for you, because I think it's time for that. So I'm gonna knock 3 times. Whew, wow, okay, you're getting a lot of stuff. I'm dropping this everywhere. One sec. Maybe I need to redo that. All right, just give me 1 second. Right, let's try that again. All right, what's coming next for group number 1? Okay, so you have intuition reversed and crown chakra reversed. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come out for you, because it seems like there are a lot of messages for you, group number 1. Yeah, okay. one more time. Oh my god, there's so much that needs to be touched on. So you have intuition reversed, crown chakra reversed, then you have obstacles and challenges, and then you have prosperity begins and reverse, movement, choices, decisions, and triumph. So ultimately I see this situation going in your favor, but I think you're a very headstrong person, which is kind of ironic because the crown chakra is reversed. So to me that's a little bit ironic. I think what this is saying is you're stubborn and you kind of don't want to see what's right in front of you. I think that could be something you need to work on. I think you almost would rather lie to yourself than how do I want to put this? I feel like you would almost rather lie to yourself and blindfold yourself than make a good decision that would be best for you. And I know that sounds really harsh, but that's what I'm seeing. And I think that's a really important thing to shine light on, because if you don't, you're just going to keep getting back in the same rhythm, doing the same things over and over, and you're never going to be happy that way. You're not going to win. That's not going to, like, I know it's hard. I know it's really hard to, bring something to light and be like, yeah, I just don't think this is working for me. I don't think this is healthy for me. But you have to be able to do that if you want to be happy and you want to be healthy, because if you don't, you stay in these toxic cycles. You stay doing things that you don't actually want to do, being around people you don't actually want to be around. And ultimately that is going to bring you down more than anything. And at that point, you can't even necessarily blame other people. You can't even blame your situation for that, because you're not listening to yourself. You ultimately know what is best for yourself. You have that intuition for a reason. And, if you're not listening to that, even though you can see what's right in front of you, you know what you need to do, you're just afraid to do it. So you need to go with your gut. You need to. This reminds me, with the obstacles and challenges, it reminds me of have you seen, like, in TV or whatever, where there's like a character and they blindfold the character and they make them, it's like in Star Wars, okay? It's like in episode 4 of Star Wars, where they put a blindfold on Luke and they put a blindfold on Luke and they give him a lightsaber, and there's that little like droid thing that's like shooting bullets at him, and he has to like use his intuition to like block the bullets with the lightsaber. That's what it reminds me of. I think I feel like you have your blindfold on a little too tight, and you want to keep it that way. It's like you have your blindfold on and you're still trying to use your eyes. That's exactly what it's like. You have your blindfold on and you're still trying to use your eyes, and you can't look past that, but it's scarier to see that bullet coming your way than to try to block it. Yeah. Wow. Let's just sit with that for a second. Because for a lot of you, I can feel like when you watch this, you're gonna be like, oh, yeah. So let's sit with that. We also have crown chakra. I think you're kind of not spending enough time with yourself. You need to focus ultimately on what's going to feel good for you, what's going to make you happy. How are you going to overcome whatever you need to overcome? How are you going to do this? Who are you going to rely on? Because, you can't get here all by yourself. Victory isn't a one-man job. You know what I mean? Like, you need to have other people behind you. So who's backing you up? You need to learn to trust yourself, especially with this. Trust yourself. Trust the people around you. Trust your decision-making skills, because you're very smart. You are very intelligent, and you are constantly undermining yourself. And that is why you're unhappy. That's exactly why you're unhappy. All right, I think that's all I'm seeing for you, group number 1, but thank you so much for watching. I really hope this helps. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought of your reading, what you want next. Also, don't forget to follow my Instagram, and there's going to be some more info. See what I'm up to. I'll see what you guys are up to. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright, hello group number 2. Welcome to your reading on what the next step is, what's coming next. Let's take a look at your cards. Alright, you have the 7 of Cups. Okay, I'm looking at these and I already like it. You have the 7 of Cups, Knight of Swords. You have the 7 of Wands, the Death card, and then you have the Magician. Ooh, look at you guys. This already seems like a really positive spread. I'm getting some like Scorpio energy here. Some Scorpio energy. Which I think is the Death card. But I'm like really getting like, wow, okay. This is so interesting. Okay, let's get into this. So I'm seeing you have this dream, you have this thing that you're working towards, and I can see it happening. I can see it. It's like this freaking close. It's happening, and it's coming quick. I feel like I see you making some more connections, but you just have this self-doubt. You have this constant self-doubt. You have this constant nagging in the back of your mind that's telling you, oh, this is too good to be true, and then you end up manifesting that, and that's the reality that you create for yourself. Wow, yeah. At the end of the day, like, you know, there's a duality to everything. With the Death card, that duality is old versus new. And you have to really push that old stuff aside. You have to push that old mentality, that, you know, lack mentality, that negative self-talk aside. Because, of course, okay, how am I gonna put this? Anytime something major is about to happen, you're gonna be nervous because you can start to feel that energetic shift, and it feels kind of like your life is pulling, and that can be a scary thing. It just kind of feels like, have you ever tried to grip sand and it just falls out of your hand? That's kind of how this feels to you. And it's like, you can kind of feel it like slowly slipping out of your fingertips. That's kind of how it feels. And it's not necessarily a bad thing unless you look at it as a bad thing, because realistically, this is something that you want. This is something you know you want. You're just scared of it. You're scared to have what you want because you're not sure if you're ready for it. You're not sure if it's the right time. You're not sure if it's blah, 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 X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth. And realistically, things wouldn't be starting to change if you didn't, like, if you weren't ready for it. Like, things wouldn't even start to change. And, you know, your life changes for a reason. You've been wanting this for so long. You've been wanting something just like this, and just like what you have, and just like what's coming to be, but you keep letting yourself get in the way and telling yourself that it's too good to be true. And if you keep thinking that way, you're going to create that for yourself, and you're not going to have what you want. And self-sabotage. You are sabotaging yourself. And you need to not do that. You need to trust yourself. You need to be brave. That's what I'm saying with the Knight of Swords especially. You need to be brave. You need to accept this change. And change is scary. That's why they call it growing pains. It's not comfortable. It's not like a comfortable thing to go through. And it's meant to be that way. And that's how we grow as people. You know, we have to get out of our comfort zone. And I don't know, I think there's some type of offer coming your way, and you need to have the strength to say, you know what, I deserve it. I've worked hard. I'm a good person. It's not too good to be true, because I wouldn't be having this offer coming my way if I wasn't deserving of it. You know, because we put out what we attract, and we attract what we put out. And that's kind of that. Yeah, that's... Let me see if I'm seeing anything else. If I'm not, I'm just going to go ahead and pull your oracle cards. I can see you also seeking counsel from a religious leader, spiritual leader. Not even spiritual necessarily, but I am seeing a more masculine energy. I also do see you possibly working out more, maybe eating better. I think you need to do that to get yourself into the right mindset. I think that's a great way to manifest. You know, kind of like showing yourself what you deserve, showing yourself how you want to be treated. No one's going to treat you how you deserve to be treated if you don't treat yourself that way first, if that makes sense, because you teach people how to treat you, and that is such a big thing. That's probably like the biggest lesson I've ever learned personally. We teach people how to treat us, and I think you need to treat yourself well. You need to stop being so hard on yourself, because your life is meant to change. Things in your life are meant to change. Things are meant to go south. People are gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt. But, you know, if you are scared to do every little thing, you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to learn anything from anyone or for yourself, from yourself. Not going to learn anything from yourself. And I think there's a lot going on in your subconscious mind that you need to be aware of. So I would say keep doing pick a card readings. Talk to your friends and family. I would even say go to therapy if you're not already. I think there's a lot you need to sort through, and it's really hard to do that by yourself sometimes. And I don't think, sorry, my leg is falling asleep. I totally forgot what I was saying. A lot of people, there's a stigma around mental health and therapy still, which is dumb, and kind of unexpected, to be fully honest, because of the internet, but, there still is that stigma. It could even be your family is like weird about therapy, but you know, it really does help you to sort through your thoughts, and I think that's exactly what you need. So if you can't seek counsel with an actual therapist, seek counsel with someone else who you trust. If you don't have anyone who you trust, let's make the comments that. Let's get a community going, and we can help each other out. So I'm going to pick your oracle cards. Ooh, wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you have a lot of stuff. For whatever reason, I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think it's a full moon tonight. That's probably why, because cards are flying out like crazy, and it's probably because it's a full moon. I just realized that because it's October 1st. Alright, fulfillment of wishes. Oh my god, that's so sweet. Rest and rejuvenate. Sacral chakra. Okay, this is making sense. And then you have material and spiritual prosperity. So I'm seeing, like, I think you're so in your head about this. Like, you actually need to get, like, I was just telling a couple people this the other day when I was doing readings for them. You need to get Oh, especially with the sacral chakra, you need to get out of your head and into your body. You need to have good food. You need to be around good people, listen to good music. I feel like you've had a lack of that. I feel like you've been feeling really unfulfilled, and it's because you know you want something, you know you need something, you know something's coming, and you keep trying to avoid the inevitable. You know, things and opportunities and people don't come into your life for no reason. So you need to stop avoiding, again, the inevitable. You need to let nature take its course. Because if you don't do that, obviously you can change your destiny. This isn't saying this is the be-all end-all for you, but it is advising you to just sit back. It's okay to have a little bit more of a feminine energy every now and then, and that doesn't mean you like paint your face and do your nails. That means like it's okay to sit back and just receive and, you know, let things happen the way that they're meant to happen. It's actually a really beautiful thing, and if you know what you want, go for it. If you know what you want, do not be afraid of it. Let things come to you, and then once you have them in the palm of your hand, make it happen. You need to make that happen. Because you can. You absolutely have that power, and we see that here with the Magician, right here. If I can pick this freaking card up. Yeah, we see that right there with the Magician. You create your own reality 100%. Don't ever let anyone tell you that otherwise. I do feel like I want to pull more oracle cards for you guys, because I think there really is a lot that needs to be said, and I say that just as this flies out. Okay, there are two more. So you got the Destiny card, and then you got the Shadow, or you got Shadow reversed. So I think that's, yeah. I think you're going to, there's something that's almost kind of hidden, I want to say, with the Shadow. And you're like, it's like you're shining light on something, and then there still is that, like, how are we gonna say this? You're trying to, this is not easy. Okay. Okay, I think I get it. So this thing is meant to happen, and then like you feel like everything's good, you feel like everything's going according to plan, but you plan too much, and as soon as things start really going your way, you freak out, and it kind of sheds light on this other side of you that kind of doesn't want things to go well. You know, it's really, I don't know if you guys could even see that. I'm not sure if you even focus, but that, I feel like there's a better way for me to say it. So I'm kind of like, I feel kind of stuck, like mentally, but I think it's like taking a flashlight, like, let me see. So I have, okay, oops, I just ripped that box. Okay, I have this book right here. So say you take a flashlight right here, and there's gonna be this huge shadow behind it. Do you see kind of what I'm saying? There's this shadow, there's this thing that appears for you that you don't even realize is there until you shed light on it, and then you see the shadow, and you're like, ew. And that is what you need to work on. You need to work on shifting that angle of your flashlight, if that makes any sense. I think that's all I'm seeing for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I really, really hope that this was helpful and that this resonated for you. So let me know in the comments down below if, what am I saying? What do I say? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of your reading, if it resonated for you, if you liked it. Also, don't forget to follow my Instagram. That'll be in the bio. Have a great day. I'll see you guys next time. so tired today. Alright, hello group number 3. Let's go ahead and get into your reading so we can see what the next step is for you, what's coming next. So we have the Temperance card, the 10 of Wands, okay, the 3 of Wands, then we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so with the Temperance card, this tends to be, okay, the way I'm kind of seeing this is like there's a stabilizing force. That's mainly what the Temperance card means to me. There's some type of stabilizing force I can kind of see, especially with this this illustration on it. Kind of seems like someone's watching over you, almost like a mother. Maybe not a mother. Maybe a mother. There's someone watching over you. There's someone who cares about you. I'm kind of seeing like your angels or your spirit guides, but they are stopping you from falling back into your bad habits, because right now I think it's starting to get cold and it's going to start getting darker earlier, and we're going to have less time in the day. And I think that probably spring and summer is mostly when you thrive. I'm seeing a little bit of maybe seasonal depression here. I feel like it's difficult for you to stay level-headed. I feel like it's difficult for you to not get sucked into your emotions. I can see your mental health maybe kind of starting to, I don't want to say degrade, but degrade per se. More deteriorate. Even that is still a little like, I don't want it to sound like I'm calling you crazy, but you're not crazy. What you feel is valid. You're allowed to feel this way. I think you're just feeling really overwhelmed. I feel like I can kind of feel it in my upper body. I feel a little short of breath, and I think that's kind of how you feel right now. I think you're looking at everything and everything seems so calm, and you're just so not. I see there might be something new for you. I think you're trying something new in some aspect, and you're kind of dipping your toe in the water. I see that with the Temperance card. Maybe even not something new. It could be something new. It also could be something bad, and you're bad. Some type of bad habit, and you're like, I know I shouldn't, but I'm gonna dip my toe in the water just a little bit because it feels kind of good and I kind of like it. And you know it's bad for you, but you have so much going on. You feel like you have kind of the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you need something to kind of ease that, and that's why you turn to whatever you turn to. I'm kind of seeing smoking, drinking, substance abuse, some type of substance abuse. Maybe even, I'm seeing even like not going to therapy, not taking your medication, not doing the things you need to do, not working out, overindulging in food. It can be any of those types of things, but you know, sometimes the world just seems so big and scary to us that we just kind of shut people out, and you know, we just focus on material things that make us feel good, instead of really figuring out what the issue is at heart. And that's a very normal thing to do. I think that's, you know, this is a lesson that you need to learn regardless. So it's good that you're able to come to terms with this now. I think you have trust issues. That's what I'm seeing. You have trust issues, and you're afraid that if you tell people how you're feeling, tell people how they're making you feel, then you're gonna be maybe laughed at, maybe not taken seriously. Maybe no one's gonna care. Maybe you feel like energetically it's just not worth it, and you'd rather just not say anything or do anything. you'd rather just be by yourself. I feel like typically you might be pretty extroverted, or you want to be extroverted, but I feel like right now that's really just kind of not in the cards for you. But you need to reach out. You need to get people on your side, because I think people are on your side. It's just really hard for you to see that because you're so in your own head. But the best way to get out of your head is to get into other people's heads, if you know what I'm saying. The best way to ease your own anxiety is to help other people, to volunteer your energy, to give it to other people, because then you're focusing it on something else and it's away from yourself. And when you finally do that, then you're not, I mean, you kind of realize like, oh, it's okay if I put my energy other places. Like, my life is still together. I'm not freaking out, but it'll make you feel better to be around other people. You can't just isolate all the time. You need to delegate. You need to delegate. I think that's another big thing, especially if it has to do with work. Don't be afraid to delegate. Your job could be very overwhelming. But I think people around you want to help. Not everyone knows how. People can see you struggling. They don't know how to help you because you don't ask. No one is a mind reader, you know? And I know you're probably thinking, oh, well, if people can see me struggling, if people see me having a hard time, why won't they help me? Because who's going to want to go help someone who's going to bite their head off because they're frustrated? You know what I mean? You need to be kinder is what I'm seeing. And I know that can be hard when you're not in a good mood, when you're tired, when you're cranky, when, you know, you have stuff going on. But realistically, if you want help and if that's important to you, this is something that you need to work on. Let's pull some tarot cards, or oracle cards. So you have universe, right? Let's see what else is coming out for you. Trapped in fear reversed. Okay, it's interesting. Ooh, okay. Patience and planning. Partnerships and alliances in reverse. And then you have passion ignited in reverse. And third eye chakra reversed. So, what does this mean? I think this is kind of going with what I was saying about, like, you have issues turning to other people. You feel like you can't fully trust other people. And it's not that you don't want to. You're just really anxious about it, because I feel like you're definitely more introverted, or you're in a more introverted state right now. It's hard for you to trust people and have fun with people and really open up, because you get so in your head. And you know there's like a whole world, a whole universe of people out there. There are so many endless possibilities, but sometimes that is scary. Sometimes that's, you know, what people take comfort in is what you kind of fear. You have the trapped in fear card reversed. So that kind of tells me, what does that tell me? That makes me think that you're kind of like on the edge. You're teetering between kind of like saying something to someone, trying to reach out and get help, but you keep drawing back into this cage, into this prison. It's like you're trapping yourself. That's exactly what it is. You're trapping yourself, and you're not opening yourself up to these possibilities. You're not opening yourself up to letting people help you, even though you know that these people are, I don't know, you know logically that you could reach out, you could ask for help, you could get people on board, but that's scary. People are scary sometimes, and people are not worth our time, so we avoid them. You also feel like you know what, I got this, it's okay, I'll figure it out. I'm smart, I know what I'm doing, I know what I can do, so I can figure this out myself. And again, that's where delegation comes in, per se. It doesn't make you weak to rely on people and to need other people, to need partnerships and alliances. It doesn't make you weak to feel that way. It doesn't make you weak to need that and acknowledge that you need that and verbalize that. If anything, that makes you a stronger person, because so many people are not able to do that. So many people just psych themselves out. And yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of that. But I think you know what you need to do here. I think you know what you need to do, what you need to say, how you need to act, who you need to reach out to. And I think you need to stop ignoring what you know, and I think you just need to do it. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you. I think you just need to come out of your shell. You need to stop imprisoning yourself in your mind and in your thoughts, because ultimately that is what is going to eat away at you more than anything else. And you know, no one can tell you what to do. No one can help. Well, people can help you. People can give you support. People can try to give you support, but you have to be the one to accept it. At the end of the day, I can't do anything. I can give you advice. I can pull my little cards out for you and tell you what they mean, but that doesn't mean that you're going to do it. So you need to be strong. You need to be brave. And you need to say what you need to say. You need to say what's on your mind to who is on your mind. And you need to do it for you. Be kind, be warm, be loving. Because, you know, you want to get that back. But don't get too in your head, because, you know, it's kind of like sitting there and being like, oh, why can't anyone read my mind? It's like, well, because no one's a mind reader. People can guess, people can grasp at the straws that you throw at them, but that doesn't mean that they fully understand, and people have their own preconceived notions the way that you have your own. So don't sell yourself short. People want to help you. Just, you need to be able to receive that. You need to be able to accept that. And I think that that's all for you. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked it. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, follow my Instagram. It'll be in the description down below. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Hi, group number 4. Welcome to your reading. So let's just get right into this. I'm gonna put my oracle cards back. We're gonna pull these for you at the end, but let's go ahead and see what your next step is. All right, you have the Hermit. You have Strength reversed. Okay. You have the Four of Swords, Nine of Cups, and then you have the Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So I see you kind of you're ignoring something. There's something you are ignoring. Something. Yep, Strength reversed. I think this pertains to a person. probably a Leo, sun, moon, or rising. Because we have that with the Lion and the Strength card. Strength card is ruled by Leo. You're really retreating into yourself. You are almost like, you're like stumped. You feel like there's nowhere to go. You are really, wow. It's almost like some of you almost want to choose the lesser of two evils, but it's almost like there's not one. You'd almost rather just be alone. I see that with the Nine of Cups. It's easier to be alone, because if you're alone, you don't have to deal with anyone or do anything. You can just think about what you want to think about, do what you want to do. You don't have to worry about anyone else, making anyone happy. I think, I don't know. I want to pull more tarot cards for you guys, because I feel like I need more info on this. So let's see what else, if there's anything else that'll tell us what's happening next, the next step for group number 4. And we have the Six of Cups in reverse. I don't really know where to put this. I guess try to make room for it. All right, so this could be somebody that you used to know. It could be someone from your past, someone important to you. I feel like with this person, they make you feel like a little kid. I feel like in a sense, a part of you kind of doesn't want to grow up. Yeah, I think this is someone you feel really safe with and really comfortable with. Maybe you need space from this person. Maybe you feel like you need space. Maybe you feel like you kind of don't want to be around this person. This could either go one of two ways. It's either someone that you really love and you really care about, and you're kind of scared, or you're feeling overwhelmed, so you feel like you need a retreat. Or this is just someone who makes you feel really, really peaceful. And they make you feel really fulfilled, and that's really great. Or it could be both, and maybe you're confused about something else. There's something else in the mix. I am feeling that. So let's go ahead. Actually, you know what? The bottom of the deck energy is the Three of Swords, so that tells me that this is romantic. And you're afraid you're gonna get your heart broken. You're afraid you're gonna get hurt. I think you're used to people leaving, and it's easier to be on your own, because if you're on your own, if you're by yourself, no one's able to hurt you. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I think most people have been there, and that's not an easy spot to be in. It hurts. I think you're really lonely. I think it almost feels like, I don't know, it's almost like a childlike crush. I'm seeing that with the Six of Cups reversed. It's like you have such deep feelings for this person, and because of that scares you. I think I was saying this to group number 2, but it's almost like a part of you knows that like this is good and that you want this, but then the other part of you is like, you know what, no, like I could take it or leave it, because you're afraid of what you want. You know what you want, you know what you need, you know what you deserve, but for whatever reason you're afraid that you don't measure up. And it's easier for you, specifically group number 4. I feel like if you know anything about attachment styles, I feel like you're more avoidant, and it's easier for you to be like, you know what, I could fly solo, I could go stag, I could do this alone. I'd rather do that anyway, because if you hold back and you are not emotionally attached, you don't let yourself become emotionally attached to somebody, then you just stay relying on yourself, and you know that you are consistent, and you know that you can do what you need to do to make you happy. You don't want to rely on anyone else because you see that as weakness. Boom. I just blew your mind. I just blew your mind. I just called you the fuck out. Yeah. You're afraid to be vulnerable. You're really afraid to be vulnerable, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I think you need a hug. Like, I think you really need a hug. I think you need a... You know exactly what you want. You know exactly what you want, and you need to... I've said this to like 3 groups now, but you need to be brave. There's some reason that's holding you back, and you know that this is going to make you happy, but you are so stuck in your mind. You are so stuck in your body, so stuck in your mind. You're just so stuck in yourself. I don't want to say you're full of yourself, but you are just so anxious and you can't get out of that. And I think with this one person, you don't even have to think when you're with them. You can just be a kid. You can do whatever you want to do. It doesn't even take thought, and that is what you need. You need to be around this person. You need to be around people like that, and you need to... I think maybe you were cheated on, but this person, maybe you were in a toxic relationship, but I can tell you straight up that this person is not like that, because if it was like that, there would be a negative card in this spread, and there's not a single negative card. I think maybe you're even a little bit greedy with your time or your space, and you want it to yourself, but there's nothing wrong with, you know, if this person really cares about you, they will absolutely, there was a piece of hair in my bed. If this person really cares about you, they will absolutely respect your time and your space the same way that you'll respect theirs. You know, you need to stop being so worried, stop being so in your head, because I think you just need to get out of your comfort zone. I think you need to take a leap of faith, and you need to let someone love you. Let's just sit with that for a second, because there are a couple people I know who I feel like I just squeaked. I don't know why. There are a couple people I know who just have so much trouble feeling like they're enough. I mean, everyone does, but it's just accepting that you are and coming to terms with the fact that people want to love you. People want to be there for you, and you just need to let them. You just need to be receptive to that. You know the people in your life, and you need to trust yourself. And what's the worst that can happen? You get hurt and you learn a lesson. Or you hurt someone else and they learn a lesson. That's life. That's what happens to us. It's living, and it's not living if you don't learn something. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and pull your oracle cards. Actually, you know what? I didn't knock it, so let's knock it. It just helps to clear the energy when you knock it. Oops. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, hold on. You know what? I actually like these for you, so let's keep them. I think that was actually... No, I don't know. Yeah, it's like that. Alright. Transformation. Accelerated motion in reverse. You don't do well with things changing in your life too quickly, and that is what I'm seeing immediately. You know what? Let's do them gradually like that. Yeah, you don't do too well with that. Because also one thing I did see come out is the base chakra, your root chakra. You have your routine, you have your thing. That's why you don't like people to be all up in your space and take up all your time and blah 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 blah, because you want to do you. You want to have your thing, your set time for yourself. That's good. But it's also good to let people in. I think you're just afraid that things are going to move too fast and you're going to make a wrong decision. You're going to mess something up and your entire life is going to change. And really, it's probably not that deep. But, you know, I'm also seeing financial and material changes, deception and envy in reverse, spiritual strength and fertility. There's a lot of potential, and I see that. There's a lot of potential with fertility. Your life is gonna change. Your life is supposed to change. You're just afraid of that because you think that it could mean change in a bad way. And, you know, there always is that potential. There always is that opportunity, but I think you know yourself and you know the people in your life, and if there were going to be red flags, there would have been red flags by now. So I am just going to say that. I think maybe you're just not where you need to be at mentally, and I'm seeing that with spiritual strength. I think your mindset just isn't where it needs to be, and you need to fix that. You gotta work on that. You need to be self-aware. You know, what my cousin was telling me yesterday? She told me that, this is actually her hair tie. She told me that anytime I'm having a bunch of self-doubt or I'm, you know, that type of thing, I'm like freaking out, I'm getting anxious, so on and so forth. You've probably heard of this, but, you know, just take your hair tie, slap yourself with it, snap it. And that'll make you more self-aware. I'm going to take this off because I really don't like having hair ties on my wrist, but it's that type of thing. Reprogram your thought process. Reprogram your mindset, because that's the only way you're going to get anywhere. And you deserve to be happy. I think that needs to be said. You deserve to be happy. You deserve good things. Don't think that you don't. That's the saddest thing to see, when a good person doesn't think that they deserve good things, and then they just keep attracting bad things and going back in the same toxic cycles. And the more that you push good people away from you, the more likely you are to be around bad people, because that's what you're used to, and the bad things and those toxic cycles, those ruts that we, you know, dig ourselves back into. So don't be afraid. I think you are used to people taking advantage of you. I think you're used to people hurting you. It's easier to just not be attached to someone. It's easier to not care about someone emotionally. But clearly you already care about this person. And what is not being attached doing for you? What is staying at a distance going to do for you? Because I can't think of anything. Nothing in this card, nothing in this spread says anything. If anything, it's hurting you. I'm trying to see if I'm seeing anything else. If I'm hearing anything else. I think in some sense there's freedom in the unknown. I think you don't necessarily need to know where everything is going and what exactly is happening. I think you just kind of need to take a leap of faith and be like, you know what, I trust that there's potential. You need to trust that the people around you aren't always out to get you. And that really does take a big shift. I feel like sometimes the best ways to get over a fear is to go headfirst into it and just dive into that. It's kind of like like when they put people in like pits of spiders and it helps to get rid of their arachnophobia. It's kind of like that. It's, you know, not that like your relationship is like a huge pit of spiders. I'm just saying, I think you need more time, but I think you slowly but surely need to get more comfortable. Because I think this is something you want. I just think you need to communicate with this person and let them know what you need from them, really. Trying to see if there's anything else for you with the oracle cards, because I feel like there's something else that needs to be touched on, but if there's not, and I'm gonna go ahead and close this reading out. I'll just shuffle 2 more times, and if nothing comes out, then we are going to, ooh, something came out, conflict and defeat. So go ahead and clarify that. Alright, so you feel like, yeah, I think this kind of goes with, so you have solar plexus chakra, disruption reversed, and truth reversed. I think you're afraid that this person is gonna play you, basically. You're afraid that this person is gonna hurt you. And that makes you really worried to make any major decisions. It makes you really insecure in your decision making. But ultimately, if you keep seeing it that way, you're gonna be the one to do it to yourself. You're gonna make it happen. I think that's really it. So don't be your own worst enemy. You know what I mean? You're always going to be your own worst critic, and that's not a bad thing at all, because we tend to need that, because you're never going to improve if you think you're perfect. You know what I mean? You're never going to grow if you thought you were perfect to begin with. But stop seeing things as a disruption. Stop seeing things as a distraction, because ultimately something good is going to come. Something is going to happen. Something really great is going to happen. You're going to have this perfect opportunity, and you're going to be so scared and so insecure and so in your head that you are going to completely miss it, and you are going to regret that for the rest of your life. So yeah, bear with that in mind. Alright, so I think that's all I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought of your reading, what you want next. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can go ahead and follow my Instagram. It'll be in the description down below. So yeah, thank you so much. Have a great night.